think my sound was off. So hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Simon. We are back again with another one, and I just can't wait to talk about the Premier League. Football is back, and that's one thing that is very important to even mention. The fact that we have football, because the international break, let's face it, that was torture. So the fact that we are done with that thing and now we are only focusing on what we are here for, which is football. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What are you expecting over this new week? So I'm here to do just a few things, predict what I expect to happen in today's games and even tomorrow, because of course the games are being played today and tomorrow. So I'm here to predict what could happen in today's games, then also talk us about some important news that were, some seeds that were laid out by our managers, ways they were prevailing to these games. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do me a favor as well, give me your predictions as well in the comment section, what you guys are expecting, and if there's any message that I need to read, I'll get to you. So let's do this. So this is my first live stream in the Football Connect. I've never done a live stream before. I don't think so. So it's exciting times, people. So we are going to be talking about the bigger games. As you can see, Manchester United versus Brighton. It's one of those. We have to talk about this game. There's a lot of things that a lot of people are expecting from this, so we need to cover so much about it. And also Arsenal versus Everton. Now that one is not really expected to be a big game, but because we know the history, because we have we have the passport copy, we have the evidence, the history of this game. Arsenal fails to beat Everton every time when they go to Goodison Park. So we need to talk about those, and I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. So, like I told you, I need to talk about some of the things that were said by the managers. And one of the most important points that I took out from the Klopp interview was when he was talking about why the Premier League or the FA always have to make sure that every single time after international break, they put the games at 12 o'clock. Because this is the crazy thing that people really have not really paid attention to. Every single time whenever a team goes to international break, remember the last games are usually played on a Wednesday or Thursday. So imagine if you're coming from South America, it means that you might, the only time you arrive to the club is either maybe Friday morning or maybe Friday evening. Now look at the time that you arrive in Friday. You arrive exactly at Friday morning. You only have to rest one day. Remember, some people are jet lagged after when you come from a flight. Then you have to prepare for the Premier League game with your team, which you are, for example, in Liverpool's case, they are playing on Saturday. And people like McAllister, Darwin Núñez, and who else? Luis Diaz and Alisson. Klopp was talking about in the when he was talking about in the press conference, he was saying that he hasn't met the Brazilians. So now my question is this: why does these things have to be let? Why do we have to go through these things that the team or the manager has to go through some crazy trying to plan with the team that he hasn't actually received coming from international break? Then after that, he tries to prepare a team that plays on a Saturday morning, because we've seen in some cases where the Premier Leagues moved the Saturday games actually to the last game that is played on the day. Why can they do that? That maybe the first game starts at maybe 3 or 3 o'clock British time, if I'm not mistaken, which will be around 4 o'clock in my time where I am, so that at least there is that chance for the managers to prepare with the team. Just those few hours help, because when you just come, 90% of the players that are in the Premier League, especially from a team that Liverpool is playing against, which is Wolves, they haven't gone for international break. So it means they've been training the whole time. They're meeting a team that is trying to join in, and Klopp is trying to put on whatever that the international managers have left and try to make into something. So it is crazy time, Andy. I would really like to see managers really considering this, or even the FA considering this, and actually caring about most of the people who are into these things, which are the players and also the teams that are preparing for these beautiful games that we love in the Premier League. I don't know. That's my thought. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. And I don't think there's so much to talk about the club. The other story that we need to cover as well before we get into the prediction is Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag. So this saga of Erik ten Hag has been happening for some time now, and I've done some of my fair share. I've done some reaction videos. If you haven't checked them out, they're on the Connect. Also, my thoughts as well when I was asking what the hell is going on with Manchester United. There is some problems with this team. There is some problem with this club, and to be honest, it's really rare to see a club succeed on the pitch when there's so much chaos that is in the background. Usually this chaos is silent, but in the case of Manchester United, it's all over the public domain. Everyone knows it. I know it. You know it. Everyone is talking about this. And the fact that we are not really, Manchester United are really doing nothing to at least help Eric Ten Hag, and Eric Ten Hag himself is not really doing enough to help himself, because on top of the chaos that he has no control over, he's adding his own chaos and he's putting fuel to the fire, and that's what has turned into this craziness. The reason why I'm talking about this, the Sancho craziness that is happening right now to United was not necessary. Ten Hag should not have started that chaos, because on top of that, he's dealing with Anthony. He knew of these investigations. Now they've come public, but he knew of this investigation. He should not have even tried to entertain this chaos. And we talk about as well the things like the Anthony case, where it's now something that is affecting people's life. You cannot talk about those things. It's something that you just have to leave and just wait for the public to do them to solve it in terms of like the justice to just solve that problem. Because let me tell you, he's dealing with the Sancho problem. He is also dealing with, after Sancho problem, he's dealing with this guy. He's dealing with the Anton who's out. Also dealing with the Mason Greenwood situation. Remember, he's still a Manchester United player. He's also have to deal with the fact that his defense, he doesn't know who's fit, who's in. And there is just so much. So this leads me to my first game that I need to talk about. Can Manchester United produce success out of the craziness that is happening here? Because, to be honest, these games are they're always gonna be hard. And for him dealing with this chaos, to try to give at least a good start into the Premier League, while on top of that he's still be dealing with some craziness that has been going on in terms of trying to find form, to trying to make the team start working and everything that is doing. There's just so much that you cannot put it into words. You cannot really try to make these things make sense, and he has to be the manager who deals with it. So I really don't know how this game is going to play out, but one thing I know, Brighton are a machine at this time. Brighton, watching what they're doing, watching what they're really producing, they are a machine. And you guys are going to have to learn it. I don't know whatever that I have to say. You're going to have to see it for yourself. This guy called Evan Ferguson, the one you're seeing on the screen, on the thumbnail there, this kid is something else. Remember, there's Ansu Fati. I actually forgot of Ansu Fati, that he is in this team. Of course, the bookies are going to say that United are winning. Yeah, there is a video that I'm going to put on a little bit later, that it's a reaction video where the ESPN people were talking about how they were showing how the bookies believe United will be the one that wins. Of course, the bookies might say Manchester United might win because they are the bigger team, and nobody can really argue with the 38 or something games unbeaten at home. That shows you the consistency of how much this team is performing at home. But can they take that as well and try to show it outside? Can they take that same consistency and show us if they are able to do it outside outside, and especially with what they're dealing with in the club at this moment? The Harry Maguire situation, I had actually forgotten about it. He has been also back in the public domain. For those people who don't know, who were not watching international break, he scored himself a goal, and the Scottish were making fun of him. They made fun of this man. I really felt so sorry for him to be in that case, dealing with that craziness. You have to be really, really strong to go through what he was going through. But that's what was happening, people. And I don't know. I really don't know. It's just, these are the types of games that you just have to watch. These are the type of situations that you just have to watch and hope for the best, because you can't hope for the worst. You can't do anything. But when it comes to the game, At this moment, Brighton are playing better game than Manchester United. That's first. That's one thing that is true. They're playing good football. We saw against Wolves that Manchester United could not handle a team like Wolves. We are talking about Brighton that finished in the European places, that beat most of the biggest teams in the Premier League last season. This is the team we are talking about. What are they going to do to Manchester United? I don't even want to predict it. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'll give you my in fact, let me just say when I'm done with this. But one thing that we can confirm with Manchester United, they don't have a right winger unless they're gonna use Bruno Fernandes there, or maybe gonna put Paulista there, or what. Today they don't have a right winger because Sancho problems, Anthony problems, Greenwood problems as well. 3 players who are out who cannot go to that right wing. So that is going to cause so much for Manchester United as a team. They have to be ready for this. They need to show some resilience. They need to show if they're able to fight through the chaos that is happening. Man City, when the charges of 100 and something came out, Pep Guardiola was able to use that to fuel the player team so that they perform so well. This is way different from Manchester United. They're a team that has not really been performing well come the beginning of the season. So how do they feel that into performing well when it comes now to the game? Those are some of the questions that most of us are asking ourselves. What's really going to happen with Manchester United? So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Which team are you betting on to win this game? Which team do you believe has what it takes to win this? My prediction is Manchester United are going to get their first defeat at home. And I think Brighton are going to win. I'm going to beat them at least by 3-1. Because I feel like Hoyland, he's going to introduce himself into the picture, score the first goal for the team. That introduction will happen. It's just a matter of time. But like I'm telling you, Manchester United are going to be beaten in this game. I hope it doesn't just go too much as an embarrassment, because that becomes a problem. That becomes so much of a problem. Sorry guys about this. I'll get back to this person because anyway, let me just put this on silent because it's disturbing me. Anyway, so it's gonna be a crazy one. We need to be watching this. We need to be watching. Let's put all our eggs in this basket. Let's enjoy this. Let's watch what happens in the Manchester United saga. Anyway, let's move on to the next game that is gonna be a chaotic game. This new Mikel Arteta Arsenal that is very, very exciting, that people are excited over. It's going to be dealing with, Everton on Sunday. Now, this is a Sunday show, one of the biggest games that we're going to be watching. Now, the question is this. Can Mikel Arteta produce a masterclass? Can he break this nightmare which has been all over Arsenal to at least win for the first time? Can he do that? Because as things stands right now, it does not look good for him. It does not look good for him with Everton at Goodison Park. He lost under Sean Dyche. They know how to hit him. Everton are now in this excitement. Remember, they were bought by the new owners. Actually, I will talk about it. They were bought by the new owners, so maybe they're going to have what they call the new owner bounce or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing the words out there now. But the question is this. Can Everton or can Arsenal be able to win this one, especially if they want to compete with Man City? Dropping points as early as now, that'll come to haunt them. That'll come to cause chaos. And actually, I don't really want to even guess what's really going to happen. But let's see. Those are the moments we are going to just witness and watch as chaotic situation happens. Anyway, let's see. But I believe Arsenal are going to fight through this. I believe they have the power to fight through this. They need to. For the sake of doing this, they have to fight through this. So I think when you look at the game, you might actually say that Arsenal might win this game by, 2-1, because I don't think Goodison Park will allow them to run the show like that. So these are some of the games that are going to be played this week. We have Wolves versus Liverpool at this the 12 o'clock game. Don't be confused by the time. This is just my time from where I'm watching from this. Where I am, I'm 2 hours, I think it's 1 hour or 2 hours apart from England, so that's why it's like this. I think it's 1 hour. So Wolves versus Liverpool Liverpool hates the 12 o'clock games. Liverpool as a squad, they don't thrive well. They don't do well with these 12 o'clock games. But that's what they have to play. They will be tested over these games. They need to show that they can get something. And I'm hoping that the new Liverpool 2.0 can, or Liverpool Reloaded, can surprise the world, can give us something to smile about, can help us win the game. Because at the end of the day, come this, we need to win the game. At the end of this, we need to win the game. But it's going to be exciting. I think Liverpool will win this game. I know we're going to lose. I actually believe that we win this maybe by 4-0. Because I feel like our front line is really unmatched. And the fact that Konate is back at the back, that is really going to help the squad to go forward. Aston Villa is playing against Crystal Palace. Now, this is one of the games you just have to watch for the excitement, because you don't really know which one wins. Aston Villa was that team that people were expecting to see as one of the best, especially with the signings that they did. But it looks like it's going to take time for that to gel. They've already suffered in the hands of Liverpool and Newcastle. So I don't know. You cannot really get it. Crystal Palace and Roy Hodgson, they show that they have something exciting to offer. So expect that to be something that defines their season today. This is the Swiss season. So they might surprise a lot of people. And with Reza is gone, there is a lot of surprises that will come out from then. So my belief is that maybe, just maybe, Crystal Palace I think they're just going to draw. Let's call it a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw or something. Fulham versus Luton Town. I feel like Luton Town, I really hoped that this could be the surprise of the season. If you remember, if you have watched my pinned video at the top where I was predicting the teams that are going to win this, it looks like I don't think it's going to come into flourishing. That is why I'm saying that Luton Town hasn't offered me anything to believe in their whatever they're trying to create. So I see Fulham winning this game. I just hope that it's not an embarrassing score. 4-0. That is acceptable. I think I'll leave it by there. Manchester United versus Brighton. Now, if you are just watching me, just go watch the beginning of the video. I've already talked about this. I told you what I'm expecting. Tottenham Hotspurs versus Sheffield. I think the Postecoglou show will continue. I believe Anche is going to keep showing the world what he's capable of, and he'll keep winning these games. So to those people who are confused with my prediction, I'm telling you that Spurs are winning this game by maybe 2-0. Madison again, Son scoring. And I don't know how they're dealing with Richarlison, because he came out and they said that he has to go see a doctor or something. Something's happening with him, so we have to keep an eye on to that. There is a lot of things that is happening when it comes to this. The other one is West Ham versus Man City. The people might be surprised why there are so many games on a Saturday. Most of the teams that are there, if you look at that, teams that are representing the Premier League in European competition, so they want them to be free to have time to prepare for their midweek games in the Champions League, Europa, and also Europa Conference League. So that's why this is like this. Manchester United versus West Ham. This is an exciting game. People are expecting so much. I am also expecting so much. I need to see West Ham try to show what they did against, Manchester United. But this is that the citizens, as much as they always take it hard to start, they always surprise you. But they're coming to West Ham home, so don't be surprised that this can, have the 1-1 vibe, the 2-2 vibe, or anywhere. But I think Haaland will just do it more. So I think it's going to be 3-1 or 2-1. That's how I see it. So let's just leave it there. Newcastle versus Brentford. Newcastle have to find themselves, especially in the Champions League group that they're in. If they don't find the belief, if they don't find the confidence that they need to have, they will be in trouble. And it's gonna take time for them to govern themselves, to find their belief, to find what they can offer. Because if they can't, I'm telling you, mark my words, Eddie Howe would be walking. He will be walking, because I don't think the Qatar or the Arab people came here and to play around and see this manager making a mockery out of their teams. Anyway, that's what I think. Oh, troops will be like, pause. I know I'm joking. So do me a favor, let me know your thoughts in the comment section into this. And one thing you can help me with is to click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. What are you expecting? What excites you when it comes to the predictions of the games? Which game are you looking up forward to? Because there's so much that is going to happen. So my predictions over the Newcastle versus Brentford game, I feel like this has a Desmond in it. It has a Desmond 2-2. I think it's going to be a 2-2. Because as much as I feel like Newcastle are going to rise, Brentford are a problem when it comes to surprises. So one man has to tell the truth. There are some surprises that are going to come from this game. So let's leave it like that. Let's just leave it like that. Sunday, we continue with the games. There are 2 games that are going to be played on Sunday. Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Now, I did not put this into my title, and I did not talk this as a big match, because I think we need to get that idea and the delusion of believing that Chelsea are actually a big club at the moment. They are a big brand just being represented by a young squad which still has to grow up. So many under 23 there. So an academy team coming into the Premier League to try and perform. Even though the academy team has so much excitement, there's so much excitement and so much exciting players who can come and take over the world by storm, I just don't see it. And that's me. You might think that's me being rude. The academy players are just too much for Chelsea, and they need to find direction, because if they can't, it's gonna be a long season. I'm telling you, longer than your last season. Trust me, because it might be hard for you to reach those 40 points that Thomas Tuchel left you as a present before he went. Where was he going? Bayern Munich. So yeah, that's where we are. So Chelsea versus Bournemouth, I see nothing but a Bournemouth win, because I feel like this Chelsea squad needs to find something. I don't know, whatever that is in the air, they just have to find that thing, because it's at the moment whatever they're doing isn't working. So my prediction is Bournemouth 2, Chelsea 1. Yeah, I think Sterling will score a goal. Everton versus Arsenal. To those people who are just joining me over this game, I've already talked about it. Go check it up. The video's up there at the top, or whatever the top of this video is. Anyway, go check it out. Nottingham Forest versus Burnley. Now, these are some of the exciting games we are going to just be watching. I feel like Nottingham Forest has what it takes to win this game. It has everything that it takes to get the job done. So let's see if they can get the job done. Do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. My prediction is Nottingham Forest 2, Burnley 0. Yes, company still doesn't find people's respect. People are not predicting him to do anything exciting at the moment. It's not like we hate the guy. No, we actually love the guy. It's just that he is trying to play expensive football, which is not fitting his style, which is not fitting what he's trying to create. So it's gonna be a long time before you could get something. So do me a favor, people. I want you guys to give me your predictions in the comment section. Let me know which team you think is gonna be the best team in this week, and what you're expecting. I want to show you something before I leave. I believe you know of the fantasy football. I want to show you my fantasy team, and I want you to just rate it out of 10 if you think it will give me the points. I started playing this fantasy thing this season, so I'm still getting a hint of it, and I'm still making some crazy mistakes in terms of really predicting a team that produces something. But this is my team. As you look, if you continue looking at the screen, you will see that this is the team that I've set up. I don't know if it's gonna give me what everyone are expecting, but let's just hope so. This is fantasy league, people. You always expect to see something here. So at goal, I chose Alisson. You can do this yourself as well. You should join this in this fantasy league. The reason why Alisson has been there, he got the star. He gave me so many points last week, or the week before, and there is this Ogate from Tottenham Hotspur. I put him because he's really performing so well. There was Virgil van Dijk, but now I have put Ruben Diaz because Man City defense looks strong. Saliba, He looks like an exciting player at the moment when you look at what he's doing at Arsenal, even though he was embarrassed in international break. But that shall not talk about it. He made Kaya but look like a star. Anyway, but I'm hoping he gives me a miracle here. The Thiago Silva part, that's where I'm questioning my decisions. I don't know if I got that right or I'm going to be crying at the end of this one. I don't know. Oh, no. This cannot be the one that I chose for this week. This was last week. I need this week's team. Oh, yeah. I need this week's team, which is not showing here. So I'm going to try to look for it. Then I'll get back to you people. Yeah, this was last week. Because I can see that some of the players are the people who have left because, of course, of the injuries and stuff. So let's see what happens here. You see, I'm still even trying to have an idea of how this thing works because it's crazy. It's crazy times. Yeah, this is my week. This is the week. This is the week team that I've set up. I needed to show this. So, like I'm saying, Alisson Becker, I kept Ogate, I have Ruben Diaz, I have Saliba, and I have Van der Ven, the Tottenham Hotspurs. I believe Tottenham, they're going to beat Sheffield, so I believe I'll get something from this. There is Saka, because I feel like he's going to play a bigger role against Everton. There's also Soboslai, because I feel like somehow he's going to give me something when it comes to Wolves. So Son, it looks like he's playing at the top front, and if he's playing there, he's scoring goals, and if the goals are coming, I'm going high. Declan Rice, again, one key player who has to stand up and show up in the Everton game. Darwin Núñez, if you are seeing at the bottom there, I think you can see it now. Darwin Núñez, I feel like if he's fit, if he plays, I'll get something. But if he doesn't play, I'm doomed. I'm in trouble. So I'm hoping, just hoping, because Liverpool, yesterday I didn't hear Klopp talking about him injured. If he had talked about him, I was going to remove him. So I'm hoping that is in there. Julian Alvarez, I feel like people are sleeping on this guy and he's going to produce so much. So, especially against West Ham. So this is my team, people. Let me know what you think. Do you have a fantasy team? How does your fantasy team look like? What are you looking at? What are you expecting, and what do you think of the likes of Alisson and the people that we have? Wanna hear? I'll show you my fantasy team as well of next week, and also when I do start talking about the games, when you are now talking about the games after my predictions have already been done, I'm gonna go back into this fantasy team to show you some of the points that I've got. If there's some things I can change, you guys can also advise in the comment section. You can always look at this and tell me what you think. But this has been Sam, the Football Connect, in our first live stream. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect, also share it to your social media if you enjoyed the stream. That's how you can help me and the rest of the people here at the Connect actually grow. Thank you very much for watching. I've really been enjoying how much the channel has been growing. It's exciting times, people. So thank you very much to those who have tuned into this live stream, and to those people who are going to comment in the comment section. I'm really humbled by you guys, and I can't wait to see where we go. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.